Let's try that again. Hey guys, it's Disney Day 1984 here on our first attempt at this daily challenge series I mentioned earlier today on Twitter. Basically the idea is I'm going to take a daily heroic and do it in a way that's a little less on the standard taken path. What we're doing is trying to find ways to maximize the daily heroic with the bounties and see what we can do to make it a little bit harder, make it a little bit more challenging. So let's get to orbit, see what the daily challenge is. I've already posted on Twitter, but for those who don't pay attention to my Twitter, let's review it and see where we go from there.
Cade wants what now?
When I put this on YouTube, I might edit this. This is kind of like an experiment in Twitch streaming and seeing how everything flows together. First off, let's make sure we're set to invite only. That way we don't have any uninvited visitors. Nothing wrong with the friends, but this is not the place for it. Alright. Our daily heroic for the day is Sword of Crota, which is from the original game. It's going to be a 240 license of the heroic. When it comes to the bounties, it looks like we have Patrol Mars, which isn't really applicable. We might be able to get this kill 30 enemies without taking damage done, but we have both Void and Solar kills, which are interesting, and defeat 50 hives easy enough. Taking majors, we're not going to see any taking majors in this. So we need both Solar and Void kills. So what I've done is, as a way to challenge myself, I'm putting on the Vex Mythoclast. This is going to seriously affect my light level, which will make this even more challenging than it could be, because even though it's at 240 light, 170, that is a drop of 70 light, and I know it doesn't sound like much, but after messing around with it, it's going to cause an interesting challenge. It's not going to make it impossible, mind you, but it is going to up the difficulty a little bit. I'm also running with Queen's Choice and Baromet's stand for the Void stuff that we need for the Void kills. Sidearm, because it's not my best weapon type. I know it's at 330 light, but I'm also not the best at sidearms, and with the thralls rushing me, that's not the best time to be trying this. Baromet's stand it's somewhat conductive for this, because a rock would be harder with rushing enemies, especially something like Ash Factory, Truth, or Galahorn that has proximity debt. That would mess us up pretty quickly. But since it is more conductive to the strike, I picked one that's at 310 light, so overall our lights drop to 312. What I am doing is I'm going to throw on Peregrine Greaves. The reason being is because earlier today I did a poll on Twitter on what subclass I should use, and when it came down to Sunbreaker, Defender, and Striker, 60% of the people who voted thought Striker would be the best class to use for this. And I kind of agree, because Sunbreaker would let me get distance. Defender would put me in a position where I could do a Weapons of Light bubble and kind of up the damage on the Mythoclast and make it more effective in this type of situation. Whereas Striker has a super that, even though it got buffed in the April update, it still requires me to be close to enemies, and that's not the best thing to do in heroic content. Great for PvP though. This is like my PvP go-to, and if I can do it in PvE, I'm going to do it in PvE on this too. The benefit to Peregrine Greaves with this is it adds bonus damage to my shoulder charge, so just maybe I can get a little bit more damage out. The other modifier that I haven't mentioned yet is, for everyone who's done the Sword of Crota strike, you know, towards the end you get a sword that you have to use to kill 3 sword princes. I'm not picking up the sword. It is possible to kill them without the sword. It's a little bit of a climb, or at least it was the last time I tried it back in year 1.
I've been combing the Cryptarch's records for anything on the Temple of Crota.
So
listen.
Let's see what we can
ago, the moon fell to Crota. He wielded a sword so dark it
It's
drained
so weird that I've
whatever
heard
light
this
it
story,
touched.
this monologue so
Now
many times.
Crota sleeps, but the sword does not. The warlocks believe the sword is in a chamber guarded by the swarm princes. If you face them and steal the sword, we could see that.
Like I've said in the past, that this is not about making the mission's impossible. It's just adding a little bit more difficulty. You never know what weapons you're going to get to drop in year 3.
The only
You never
way
know
to
what you're going to
destroy
want to try.
the sword is
So
to kill its
creating little
makers,
challenges for
the
yourself
Sworn Princes.
makes things
One of them is said to
little bit
guard a
funner in my
ritual
eyes.
site near the Hellmouth. We'll
And right
challenge
there,
him first.
I don't even have shoulder charge to quit. I have Juggernaut. So, 30 degrees will help me on before I realize it. That'd be the wrong place to find out you don't have it. Is when you charge at somebody and you punch them. That's fun and people. You feel like a real idiot. Not much I can narrate in through this. But
The ritual
dead
site
air,
is up
so
ahead.
better it is. We're gonna ignore those enemies. We really don't need that for what we're doing. But these guys, on the other hand, I use flashbangs, so I'm not sure if it's that. They say flash. Firing rate being a little off. When we get down to the strike itself, or sorry, the mission itself, I'm hoping it will let me save off the thralls a little bit. It'll work.
This is where we'll find him. I hope you're ready.
These low mobs, this takes out a lot. This is where it's going to glitch out and give me nothing. I really like the fact that it was just a fun gun to use. It was one of the coolest sounding guns. But the problem I'm running into is we're going to have to collect ammo before we get down that.
One down. I'll lead us to the others.
Pick up some ammo. And we have no heavy yet, so we're relying solely on the sidearm and solely on the backs. Shouldn't be too problematic, but still. I'm hoping as we start doing this in regularity, getting the time frames right, but maybe we can get some viewers here, get some talking about it. I like doing more live polls. I don't mind the sidearm too much. I don't use them too often, but I'm actually having fun with this
Not to
Queen's
unsettle
choice.
you, but I'm tracking the sword by the light of the Guardians it's killed. It's further below.
Alright, and this is where it's going to start to get challenging, because light will adjust to 41, I believe, compared to the 7 we've been doing with outside it. We're not experiencing too much damage follow, so that's nice. This day I was doing a Come War mission with the Cabal, and I was barely able to kill anything. Up right there is where I stepped up. I'm trying to save the super because I know I got thralls coming. Try to save the heavy and the super also for Swarm Princes, which will become a little bit more irritating to deal with. Low level crap. Why am I taking so long with this damn knife? Oh, that's why it's even as I get close, I'm only doing so much damage. Eventually I had to give up and just swat at him. So So let's see what's going on here. Hey, buddy.
The sword is close.
Oh, the exploding enemies on the Vex. I miss this so much because it's just a wonderful sound. There you go. You see how much I've actually used sidearms now. Flash and bang grenades. Enemy excursion near me. Let me get my shot off.
Clear them out.
Weapons here. Running all ammo. I'm sure there's a wizard around here somewhere. Gotta keep moving because my health is dwindling. Maybe it's a speed build I run, maybe it's a low level weapon, but it's not because we got this one
here. Grab the sword. That should lure them out.
Yeah, totally. We're gonna grab the sword as soon as I pick up some ammo here. Because once again, that is where my issue is gonna lie. It's not just damage with Vex Mythoclast, but also to the low light level. It's how much ammo am I actually going to chew through trying to do this. Make sure I've exploded. That's key. Make sure this gets done. I really don't want to be in a situation where I'm just waiting for super and smashing.
Dark.
Swarm princes are coming. See how this works. There's my fast striker for skill grab. Hit. And I'm blind, and I probably have tinnitus. Mop. 55 kills. Made a big deal about using Peregrine Breeze. I've yet to have it work. Yep. There's cut with fire, there's a solar kill. Realistically, I could switch weapons, but that would violate my rules.
Lots of movement all around us. The princes are coming for the sword.
There's this first one princess. Oh, that took a lot out of me. Oh, you know what? I'm taking this mega too easy. So, tomorrow we're going to figure something out here. Even if I have to start taking 3 weapons. But then again, they did this other just to have it. Oh, there we go. Let me get the shoulder charge down here. Did not do much at all. Crud, I'm out of ammo. Space is not helping. Good thing to remember on this mission is you will always take the stairs, you will never jump. You can jump across though. That's right where you catch me. Knowing the limitations of your enemies, keep all this stuff. this cause things to work a little bit quicker. If it's a habit, they'll drop it. Two. Okay, where's my next four enemies? I'm not just noticed I switched almost entirely to my sidearm. It's not that I'm avoiding right now, it's just I know I can get the next bounty done with it. Just need to finish it, so it might be good. There we go. Clearly, pop with that. Whoa, something hit me. I'm thinking it's him. Right now is where I kind of want to cop out and break up the... Yeah, even get that. And now we got a blaze of glory because I'm out of ammo. You know what? That was a little tense. Not, like I said, not challenging. Just a little bit on the tense side.
That was one of the most powerful weapons
probably
the Hive
run this
ever
mission
wielded
without
against
any
us.
modifiers and be like,
Cryptards won't believe
oh,
this.
it's not that bad. But it's just the modifiers that you put on for yourself. You need to push those limits. Try to make yourself a better gamer. You never know what's going to occur in raids, Poe, or any of the upgrades coming up in Rise of Iron. So the more you push yourself now, the more you'll be able to kind of think more outside the box. So that's my thing, is you got to think laterally. I think Disney Imagineering once said, not really once said, but more of a kind of a joke, you know? How many Imagineers does it take to screw in a light bulb? Does it really have to be a light bulb? What else can we use? So sometimes it's not the end that gets you where you need to be, it's the journey that makes it fun. So that's the first one we're going to do. Hopefully we'll come back tomorrow night and try something new. Maybe push ourselves a little more. It all depends on what the mission is, what the bounties is, and where we're going from there. So I hope you enjoyed this first in the challenge series. And yeah, I'll see everybody tomorrow night.